There are stories that connect us to ourselves and each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid, wild colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. And now, exclusively on KGRA Radio, I give you your host for Soul Wanderings Radio. Here's AJ.
Hello, Wanderers. I am AJ, your host, and this is Soul Wanderings. We're hosted on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, and you can learn more about this amazing station by visiting kgradb.com and check out the lineup that we have here on this station. It's a good one. And if you want to learn more about what's going on behind the scenes, I'm going to share some of that with you a little later on. But until then, to learn more about me, I have a website called soulwanderings.com, and that is where you get to learn more about me and all of the fun things that I get to do throughout my days and the experiences that I have with all of you. It's a good place to go in contact with me as well. If you have any questions, if you yourself would like to share your journey story on my show, just scroll down to the bottom and let me know. This week, we're wandering with two guests, both independently talented in their own unique ways, both powerful women with messages to share as singer-songwriters, and we'll be able to learn more about them and why they have chosen to follow their passion and share their gifts with the world. In the first hour, we will be getting to know Yudi, and in the second hour, we'll be getting to know Coco. So grab your favorite beverage and sit back, relax, and listen. Tonight, we will have a unique and connected evening together. So let's get going. Let's just start this thing. Our first hour guest, we welcome Yudi, and she's a female singer-songwriter who started singing when she was a toddler. And after growing up in Virginia Beach, Virginia, she's lived in various places like Berkeley, Cincinnati, DC, and Salt Lake City, performing and adventuring throughout. She began writing songs in high school, and prior to going solo, she has performed regularly in different venues and groups, and she does live performances and ultimately connects with other people and music and songwriting as her medium to capture moments and stories in her life. And I'm a big fan of music, and it's because of the lyrics. It's because of the reasons why they're written and shared with the world. So this is one of those nights where we get to learn all about you, Yudi. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm really excited to have you here. It's been a while since we've had music and the passion of sharing this beautiful gift. I'm really, really happy to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked.
So music is no stranger to you. You've been a musician your whole entire life, it sounds like. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, like go far back as you're comfortable with, and tell us how music has influenced your life from the beginning and taken form for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So way back when I came out of the womb, I guess I really started hearing music when my mom was singing, because she's also a musician. She's a singer, and so is my father. And so growing up, there was always music around the house. My brother would play the piano and the drums, and I would be over there playing acoustic guitar, which is what I learned in high school. And my mom would sing sometimes, and my dad would come in and play guitar and sing with us too. And so we all just had this community of music. And so for me, it was really natural to just want to continue to sing and want that to be a part of my life. And so I was always involved with choir, always wanted to do new groups with people. In high school, I had this fun, like 4 women a cappella thing that we did, or I guess at that point we were girls. And so it's just been this huge part of my life. And in college, I was in an a cappella group, and it wasn't until recently, as in probably last year, that I started really doing solo work and wanting to get out there as kind of a creator of my own music and an advocate for my own story, which is kind of influenced a lot by, obviously, I'm Korean American, or at least I'm Asian American. And that has been its huge kind of story forming background for me growing up. And then also just being inspired by the mountains, and then also being more of a beach gal, that's also influenced me. And of course, there are all of these amazing musicians and artists that have always kind of inspired me too. So it's a little bit of my background for how I got into music.
I love that your parents are also musicians. That's like a dream for me to, well, I can't sing to save my life, but I always was like, I want to be that kid that has the family of musicians and we can have our own band. You know how the Partridge Family was? Maybe you do,
Yeah.
maybe you don't. You're a little young. But yes, like it sounds like so much fun and such a way to connect with one another. How did that influence your relationship with your parents, having that commonality?
That's a great question, and something I haven't really deeply thought about, but especially with my dad, because he didn't come over to the United States from Korea until he was probably my age at this point, which is kind of crazy to even think about moving to a different country at this point in my life. So English isn't huge in terms of his, in his tool set. So for me to be able to connect with him in a way that kind of supersedes like a language barrier, like for me, it was always easy for us. Like if I didn't feel like I could talk about kind of the intricacies of my day, or had like a difficult day, I knew that we could always just grab a guitar and sing together. And that was just so fulfilling and connecting in a way that, yeah, it was just so spiritual. And of course, with my mother, I mean, to be able to harmonize with anyone and just share that movement of music with each other. I mean, yeah, when you have that connection, you don't really need to talk around the campfire with words. You can just sing around the campfire.
Right.
So that's kind of, yeah, that speaks to that relationship. But of course, that extends to my brothers as well.
Oh, that feels so good. What a blessing that is for all of you.
Yeah.
Right. There's just some times where you aren't able to formulate the words to the feelings that you're having or the experiences that you're going through. And music, I feel like, is such a universal language that even if it's just instrumental, we can put our own feelings and emotions to it without having to share them vocally. And to have that connection with one another, I would say that you'd be pretty in sync and connected together through this modality.
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much for all of you. How amazing. So it just naturally was in you from the very beginning. Did you ever come to a point in your life where you thought that you would take it the next step and do it as a profession, or did that come really naturally for you?
I would say it was a really intentional decision. I think, so I'm currently 26. I just turned 26 recently. And I'd say in this period of my life, and probably for most people, it's kind of difficult to decide what I want to do with my life. I mean, there are the people that are so blessed to just know exactly what they want from day one. But for me, it was always difficult to do that. And so kind of going into college and coming out of college, I've gone through waves of wanting to redefine myself and kind of maybe get away from music to do maybe more adventurous things. But there's always something that's pulled me back to music. And the pandemic hit. And so it was pretty clear that what was super cathartic for me was creating music. And I just started to question these deeper questions of, like, why am I here on this planet, and
Right.
why do I create music? Is it to share with other people? Is it for me to write just for the sake of writing? And as I was sort of forming the answers for all of these questions, it just became really clear to me that I wanted to connect with other people so that I could essentially just share my story. And so that kind of lent itself for me to be able to write all of this music and eventually be able to perform and do that as a solo person, because I feel like when you do that, it is the most vulnerable and stripped down version of that song, of your story. And don't get me wrong, I mean, like, there's this band that I'm a part of now that we're trying to form separately, but as a solo artist, it is way more stripped down, and you can't necessarily hide beneath your or behind your other bandmates. So in that sense, it was pretty clear that I wanted it to be this profession of me professing that I love to sing and I love to create and do that in front of people and tell my story. And beyond that, I mean, it's amazing to be able to get paid to do that too. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Get paid to do something you're passionate about. That's everyone's dream, right? That's so neat. And just for the record, I don't even know what I want to be when I grow up, and I'm way older than you. I'm still
I still don't know.
figuring that out. And that's the beautiful thing about life, is you can constantly reinvent yourself. It doesn't have to be permanent. But I feel like because music is so embedded into your being, it will always be a part of your life in some way, shape, or form. And if it's something that you love and you're so passionate about, why not make money doing it, right?
Exactly.
So songwriting came along your journey a little bit later, correct? Do you write the lyrics and the music? Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And typically the lyrics do come before the music for me, just because, yeah, like I mentioned, it's more of me telling my story to people. And so it really is this cathartic experience for me to go through a breakup, for me to experience something so profound if I've gone on an adventure. And so I want to encapsulate that into just this kind of condensed, I guess, piece of art that I can then turn into music. So that's, I do write both, and that's typically my kind of sequence of writing.
I like that you said cathartic. For so many, music is so healing. Even if it's not them that has written the music or wrote the lyrics, but just being the experiencer of that gift that you're putting out into the world, it's so completely healing in so many ways. I know when I'm in a good mood, I listen to music that pumps me up even more. And if I'm like in my feels, I like to listen to music that pulls me into that emotion even more so. And even when I'm in a good mood, I like that. But music, because there are so many different types, there are so many different emotions that come with all of them. Do you have a favorite type that really puts you in the space for creation yourself? Like, what do you listen to when you're in your feels and want to maybe have that creative outlet to possibly even write your own music?
Wow, what a question.
I'm full of questions. That's why I'm here.
Questions. They're great questions. Yeah. Okay, so just so I understand correctly, what music do I listen to get in my feels? And
well, when you're already in your feels, like, what's the music that you go to? What type of music do you go to? And a follow-up question in regards to that, what kind of music like boosts your creativity and inspires you to create for yourself?
Yeah. So I guess similar to you, if I'm feeling pumped up, I really like to listen to pumped up music to get me more amplified in that feeling. So honestly, I feel like I really love pop when I'm when I'm excited and when I want to go on a run. It's just there's nothing like it.
Right? It does. It boosts you.
Yeah. So I will say Taylor Swift is my gal. I mean, I
love
to her
T-Swift. Yes.
really often.
Who doesn't?
And she's an amazing songwriter, so I really appreciate that. But when I'm sad, I think I really do like listening. There's this one Spotify playlist that is called like songs you listen to for depression at 3 a.m. or something like that. And that gets me in my feels. But actually, when I want to create my own music, or when I'm not listening to music, that's when I want to create the most. So actually, when I go through these bouts of silence, I guess,
Wow.
for some reason that really kickstarts me to just be creative and to create for the sake of creating, because I think it's really easy to want to hear other people playing their music and then say like, oh, that's amazing, I could never do that, or like, that's amazing. It's so easy to try and copy that, but there's something about like going through this extended period of silence that is really inspiring, I guess, to just create my own music and not be overwhelmed by like judging what it sounds like, you know?
That's a neat perspective to come from. And I feel like it would be a form of meditation for you. I don't know if you meditate, but not just having the silent, but having the insight and the downloads that come through that silence into you that inspires that creation.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. That meditation, I feel like, puts me in a space where it's the only thing I'm focused on.
So when you get in that space, what's your creative process like?
It depends if I am inebriated or if I'm not inebriated.
I'm much more creative when I am.
Right. Yeah, I'd say that I get a glass of wine. And then, not to say that it is a mandatory prerequisite, but I do like to have a glass of wine.
Let loose a little bit.
Let loose. Yeah. Get in the feels. And then I will think of either a moment in time, so a significant period of my life where I felt misunderstood. If there is this really complex feeling of being sad, but also happy, but also I don't know, excited about the next chapter of my life. Why do I have all of those feelings? And it'll basically be this therapeutic session for me, just talking to myself, and I'll just write out everything that I'm feeling. And then I'll kind of go through that and I'll say, okay, how can I make this more visual, more exciting for someone who's going to listen to it later, or for myself when I want to listen to it later, and really understand what I was going through when I had all of those complex emotions. And then I'll pretty much look at it, try to create a structure if I want to create a structure. And then after that, I'll put some music to it, or very rarely I'll do music first and then I'll try to fit lyrics that I've already written to that music. But that's pretty much the process. I'll start out by thinking of something that was really compelling for any given reason, or something that was really complex and that I want to kind of think through and have a mini therapy session with myself for. And then I'll write it out and do some editing. It just reminds me of like writing papers for school. It's that similar sort of process.
Was school as healing as writing music?
I will not say no. Yeah. I guess when you have a choice, that makes it a very different.
When you have to get that paper done. Yes. I remember when I was younger, like junior high school, you're so in your emotions during that time. You're so all over the place and hormonal. And back then we used to make mixtapes. Like we have our tape player and we would put our blank tape in, and when the music came on the radio station that we like, we'd hit record so we could record that song off of the radio.
Amazing.
And so we would have these mixtapes of a little bit of commercial clips before and after, because you can't really edit that unless you rewound and got to the exact same moment that it ended to start a new one on record. It was a process.
Wow.
Clever. But I remember having like all of these emotions and just writing like poems and song lyrics and all of, they were all so depressing. They were
Yes.
so depressing.
Yes.
And I came across that book not too long ago and I was like, wow, I was so emo. Like that was so depressing.
Weren't we all,
What was I
though?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And you're talking about your feelings and your emotions with us tonight. And I'm thinking, wow, you must really go deep like that, being a songwriter and a singer. And where your music, I've had the opportunity to listen to some of it. It is very emotional and it is very deep when it comes to like your feels and your experiences that you're having. Do you ever find yourself in a moment where you're writing maybe about someone else's feelings and emotions or experiences, or is it always something that you're going through?
That's actually one of my favorite things to do, to write about other people or things or cats' emotions.
Really?
I have a song called My Cat's Depressed. And that
Oh my
is
gosh, that's
literally
awesome.
thinking of myself in their shoes, or in my cat's shoes to be specific, and how their day just must be so boring to just kind of sit there and lay and watch these like bugs fly around. And I have a song called Tumbleweed, and that's just in the perspective, it's personifying this object, and they're this invasive species. So I thought it would be so interesting to see what it would be like to write from their perspective, and that they just want to give love to the world, but everyone just sees them as this invasive species that's trying to just kind of ruin the planet. So yeah, I love to write in the perspective of other people and other things. And in a sense, that's its own therapy session, because I feel like it really draws empathy from me and its own perspective when I can think about other people and how they're probably going through similar things, or, it really grounds me, and I feel like the world.
Right. You brought up that you connected with music on a deeper level during the pandemic. How did that pandemic affect you and how you show up in your music energy now, in writing and playing? Did you grow during that time? Did you expand your talents? Like, what did that experience look like for you?
Oh, my Lanta. Yes.
I know so many people had a lot of alone time and withdrew. So
Yeah. So I went through the pandemic with my partner at the time in a 450 square foot studio apartment. And we both worked together. And so we both worked from home. And in a lot of ways, it was great, because I felt like, we were best friends and we could do all of these things together. But at the same time, there were a lot of darker moments that happened, of course, with, I'm sure, every relationship. When you're spending that much time with someone, you kind of just have a lot of stuff surface. And from that, I felt really isolated, really lonely a lot of the time. And so a lot of what I created in that space, in that mental space, it's probably really from the depths of my soul. I mean, really sad stuff that I listen to now, and I go, sometimes I don't even recognize that person because of how alienated, some of those songs were. And so I think that influenced me in terms of what I felt like music defined itself to be for me, because in the past it really was just this performative thing. I was just doing it for chorus, or with groups to have fun. But after that experience, music really at this point is a way for me to reach places in my soul and in my heart that otherwise I wouldn't be able to, with just like talking with people. And that's shaped me to today. If there's something that I'm going through, like recently I went through a divorce, or I guess like last October I went through that. And that was just so difficult. And so this next round of music that I've been creating has been hugely around that topic, which I'm sure anyone who goes through that, I mean, Adele recently released her album on divorce, and it's heart-wrenching, and you listen to that.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to go through divorce to really, really identify with that. And so for me, writing all of that music, it's partly to really see, it's almost like to talk to myself, to the depths of my soul, but then also to really put that out there, because I feel like when I do perform some of those more meaningful songs, I find that other people are able to connect with it and have that compassion for where I was going through, or what I was going through. So I think it's really shaped me in that way. Yeah.
That's so good. This is the stuff I live for. I love swimming in the depths. Thank you for swimming with me.
Yes.
Thank you for being so vulnerable and open and sharing your experiences, even the tender ones.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Oh, that's what we're here for. We're a support system. We're here to support you. Music is therapeutic on so many levels, and I don't think that there's one person who excludes themselves from a music experience that has altered them in some way. It brings up a memory of a time or an experience or whatever that looks like for them. It's such a cathartic way to heal.
Absolutely.
And I love that you have put your entire heart and soul into your music, and that you have decided to share it with the world. And I think that it would be really awesome to hear some of your music. And I know that you have just newly written a song that is about to be released, or was it just released?
About to be released.
Okay, so it's brand new. Like, we all haven't heard it yet.
That's right.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this song and why you wrote it, and what is it called?
Oh my gosh, I would love to. All right, so the title is I Like What I Like. And pretty much as the name suggests, it's this stance of saying, I like what I like. And I wrote the song when I pretty much was trying to figure out why I was existing in the world. And you have like all of these crises that are happening, and you don't know who you are, and you're so influenced by what other people think. And at a certain point, you just got to say, I like what I like. And that's what this song is. It's not just passively recognizing who you are. It's also saying to the world, no, this is who I am. This is what I like. And while I respect your opinions, I don't really care, even though I can be influenced by them sometimes. It's really this kind of fight song in a way.
It's fire.
It's fire.
Yeah, and it's standing in your power. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about you and our next guest, who'll be coming in the second hour, Coco, because you're both so young. And I'm not going to say you have it all figured out, because I don't know who does. But for your age, you're so solid in your conviction of who you are. You know who you are in this moment. And you've been through life experiences where you can share with conviction and truth. And I just think that's really awesome.
Absolutely.
So do you want to sing it for us?
I would love to.
I know our audience would love to hear it. They're already active in the chat room, enjoying spending time with you. So everyone, this is where I said, hope you have your beverage of choice. Hope you're comfortable sitting in your spaces, and kick back, relax, and enjoy this beautiful song by Yudi. I like what I like.
All right. Damn right, I like kimchi on top of my pizza. Yeah, I like pineapple with that. What's it to you? People say that I'm cheesy like mozzarella. Well, it's so I like what I like. I'm a dichotomy of happy and sad, a free thinker, spiritual lover of jazz. Is it possible to be a basic hippie? It's rad. If so, I like what I like. I get caught up in opinions. What are they thinking? Unsure of what I want, who I should be. I don't really care. It's my time to wear. I just wanna be free, who I wanna be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like what 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 I like. Yeah, I'm lazy, but I want title of the most. Jamming, slamming, hey, I'm your host. This life is cool, I know I'm a fool, and that's like what I'm like. I'm a dichotomy of happy and sad, free thinker, spiritual lover of jazz. Is it possible to be a basic hippie? It's rad. If so, I like what I like. I get caught up in opinions. Oh, what are they thinking? Unsure of what I want, who I should be. Oh, I don't really care. It's my time to wear. I just wanna be free, be who I wanna be. I like what 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 I
That's so good.
Oh, thank you.
So good. I literally have chills.
Oh, so glad you like it.
Your voice is incredible.
Oh.
And check you playing out that guitar. Wow. That is a gift. Those are some talents. And your song is very catchy. So when does this big release occur? Do you know? Do you have a date?
Very soon. I don't have an exact date, but it is with something called the Wasatch Music Coalition, so the WMC. And so it's going to be a collaboration with several artists. And one of them actually is Coco, who's going to come up next.
Yes.
And she's going to sing the other song, one of the other songs that's going to be in that compilation of music. And so keep your eyes out. We're going to go hopefully on tour across the US. But that is coming out very soon.
Very soon. I'm so excited for both of you. I literally just think, wow, you have the whole world in front of you with this beautiful gift that you have. Gifts, I should say. How many instruments do you play?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that many. But I mean, I can dabble in probably 3 to 5 instruments, including piano, in addition to, if you count singing and playing guitar. And I can probably, pull out some beats with some percussion instruments, but nothing too crazy.
I was just looking around. I'm like, I think we have some in here, but it looks like they cleaned up. Dang it. Put you on the spot. We're having a lot of great feedback here in the chat room. I just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat room. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you are listening to us and want to include yourself in the chat room, make sure you are at KGRA Digital Broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook pages, and you can interact with the other listeners. If you have a question, type them all in caps. Great guests, plural tonight. I'm so happy you're here.
Me too. I'm so happy
that
everyone's
song
here.
was so good. I definitely want to figure out how I can get that downloaded so I have a copy. That's one of those songs that like an empowerment song. When I'm on my way to do the show, I have this playlist that I've made on Spotify called Build Me. You know, just to get me in the mood, because I work all day and then I'm like, okay, got to switch hats and go do this show. And I like to be pumped up.
Yes.
That's a song that would pump me up.
Ooh, so glad to hear it.
I'm sure everyone else will agree when they hear it. They're going to be like, yes, they're going to stand in their power like you. It's so amazing. I think it takes great courage to put yourself out there, regardless of what it is. But when you're showing up, especially with music, because everyone has an opinion about music, right? I think there's a little extra added pressure there that occurs. And I'm sure that it can cause all sorts of things for you in your head, right? Do you get performance anxiety, or how do you deal with the pressure of showing up in your own way, like how, and showing like who you are?
Yeah. I still get performance anxiety. I think I try to channel it into more excitement.
Yeah.
And just recognizing that people are really just there they want you to be comfortable. They want to connect with you. They want to be your advocate and your supporter. And so typically thinking about that is what helps me get through performance anxiety. And when I think about the people that I love most in the world, they're not people that are trying to please other people. They're not people that are, you know, these cookie cutter individuals. I love them for their authenticity. And so I try to channel that in other people, because I would assume that other people also like authenticity. And so that is what gets me through performance anxiety and trying to show up to be my best genuine self. But of course it's hard. I mean, some days, especially if I'm lacking in sleep or if I'm hangry, it's a lot harder to think through that. But yeah, I try.
It's a thing, hey, right? You got to have your snacks.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that you want to connect with your audience. I feel like a lot of musicians do. And, you know, I've even seen great musicians have this transition period where that was what they wanted in the beginning. And somehow, like, at some point, ego takes over. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Have you thought about that, or how you would handle that point in your career where you get so well known that, and you wanted to stay authentic and connect with your audience and didn't want to cross that line? Has that even occurred to you, or have you thought about that process and how you would handle it?
Right. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't even thought about that.
Well, good. I mean, why worry about something that you don't need to worry about right now?
Sure, but it is a very valid question. I think that happens to a lot of people. I'm sure it can get super overwhelming to have all of those eyes on you and want other people to be happy, especially if they're your supporters. You want all of them to be happy, and if that's increasing in volume, you're getting more popular. Of course, it's going to be more likely that you're going to disappoint people. I think at that point, yeah, it's one of those things that it seems daunting to even think about. But I think I'd try to keep a close circle of friends and recognize that, I mean, if that were to ever happen, it's not like I was the only person that got there. I mean, there are hundreds, thousands of other people that have influenced my life for me to get to where I am today, for me to ever get to where I'm going to go. And so for me to attribute that, for me to ever get egotistical about fame would basically mean that I'm completely ignoring the influences by other people. So I think just recognizing that that is what would help me.
Yeah, or even disconnection from yourself, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you brought up other influences. Who are your other influences and why are you influenced by them?
Yeah, in general, I, of course, am influenced by my family, and we talked about them a little bit earlier, but I'm also influenced by some of my core best friends that I've had, a lot of them since high school. And they've just seen me through so much in this life, and I'm just eternally grateful for all of them. In terms of my music influences, I'd say I've mentioned some of them before, but there's been an amazing community of musicians in the Ogden area in Utah. One of them is Coco, and there's this place called Kamikazes. I don't know if you've been there, but
Oh, yeah.
they have open mics on Thursdays, and that place got lit at a certain point, and it still is. But there was this period or this phase of my life where, you know, we were talking about me trying to branch into being a solo artist, and I'm really, really grateful for the community there because people like Nate Cook, if you are familiar, if anyone listening is familiar with that person, you are a gem of the world, and that person, and of course a handful of other people that I got to see every Thursday at open mic have been really influential for me in getting those initial gigs, which are super hard to get. I think just starting out with confidence levels and trying to figure out who is even a part of the music community. So yeah, from a support system, so grateful to have my family and my friends, but then also the music community here has been so loving, so supportive, and I'm just really grateful for that. Yeah.
Oh, it's great to have community, no matter what you're doing, right? To have those people who are influencing you and cheering you on and picking you up when you're maybe a little down and inspiring you, all of that good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So good. I love that. Have you ever received a piece of advice from another performer, musician that has always stuck with you?
This is not necessarily something I received directly, but it's something that I heard in one of Tom Mish's songs. It's one of the intros to one of his songs. And it's a gentleman who goes on to essentially say that if you're doing music for the fame or for the money, that's the wrong way. And that you should be doing it because you love it. That if you go to a jam session, if you go to any, you know, gig, whatever, like you should be doing it because you absolutely love it, because you live and you breathe it. And that's not to say that we should not pay performers, because I absolutely believe that we should, you know, pay people for their value. But it's essentially getting at the core of why musicians do what we do. It's because we love it. It's because we love to create and we love to perform, and we just love the community that's surrounded by it. So essentially just remembering the why is the advice that was the most profound for me.
Awesome. That's so good. I was just thinking about when you were answering that question, like I'm definitely intently listening to you, and I'm thinking of all of the people at the same time, like who my support system is and who has supported me, and just listening to how you've been supported and influenced. It's opened a door for me to look even wider and broader than just my intermittent circle. So
yes,
you're inspiring me tonight. I love that.
I'm so glad, AJ.
I just love your energy. It's so good. Everyone said I would love you. Just so you all know, I didn't meet Yudi until tonight. So I've just heard tons about her. And when I heard that we had the opportunity to have her on the show, I was like, of course, stalking your social, like, who is this girl? And then when I saw what you were up to, I was like, yes, this will be awesome. So good, so authentic, and so beautiful. I love it. I love it. So Do you have an ideal musician that you would just like die if you collaborated with them? I know you, as a musician, you probably have several, but is there one that like comes to your mind automatically, or that you would just
Yeah.
the ultimate dream?
Yeah. I'd say to collaborate with someone, I would love to collaborate with Jacob Collier because I think that he is one of the musical geniuses of our time, of our modern time. And to be able to just sit in a room and I've seen some of his videos, but to just sit in a room and be able to have him literally whip out just incredible, I don't know, key changes and
He's pretty young too, right?
and he's pretty young, yeah. So
Yeah.
that could be fun too to just hang.
Yeah, let's just hang out,
Let's
homie.
just hang out.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I think that would be an experience that I've never had before. So probably him.
What kind of music did you listen to when you were growing up?
I think like many people, I listen to the music that my parents listen to, and they like to listen to a lot of Carpenters, John Denver, kind of that vibe.
Love it.
But then also I grew up in a Christian household, and so there was a lot of like Christian music, which a lot of that is, I would say, mostly influenced or classified as more of like softer rock per se. So I think that vibe is really what I grew up listening to. And then eventually I got into more of the pop music and more of the indie music and just kind of branched into what some of my friends were listening to. So I'd say those are probably the main things I listened to growing up, which isn't the most diverse, but it is what it is, I guess.
No, it's good. I feel like a lot of people do get influenced by Christian singers, especially like Christian pop, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say a lot. The people I've come in contact with who are musicians. I'm so good at saying all or every, but I really don't mean it. It is just one of those things. But what kind of music do you listen to now, and what kind of music inspires you today?
Yeah. Okay. So lately I have been, there's this person I've been hanging out with a lot, and he's been exposing me to a lot of music, and one of the genres that I've been loving is bluegrass. That stuff is awesome. And just folk music, because the stories that are told in folk music is just amazing. So say bluegrass, folk music, and kind of just the stripped down, acoustic versions of any song. So I'll like to listen to like soft acoustic, or the coffee house radio.
Love it.
Is just chef's kiss. So yes. Love that. Yeah.
Sounds like we have similar tastes. I love bluegrass.
Right.
I do. I like bluegrass a lot, but I love all kinds of music. Really. It's a mood thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you had an ideal location to play, like, where's your dream spot that you would just be ecstatic over performing in?
Whoa. I feel like I've thought about this very briefly. So maybe there could be an even better venue out there that I would change my mind to, but Madison Square Garden would be incredible. I mean, that would be like, if I could play there, be like, Mom, I made it.
How about let's shift the if. Let's manifest that for you.
Let's manifest it.
Let's have everyone who's listening send all of those good manifestation vibes
Please
to you.
Do.
She wants to play in Madison Square Garden. That would be incredible, right? Oh. Have you? Well, you have. You've been to New York before.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've lived all over the U.S.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, Virginia Beach, D.C., Cincinnati, Berkeley, Salt Lake City at this point. So
what brought you to Salt Lake? I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, the mountains is pretty much
that's
the
what
short
everyone
answer.
says.
I mean, they're just so stunning.
Did you visit and decide this is where I want to be?
I originally I wanted to head all the way to the West Coast. And I was like, oh, this would be a good middle ground because there's an opportunity for me to move out here. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted to be near the mountains and move out west. But I'd never visited beforehand. And so I was kind of coming in blind and just going off of good old Google searches. And I came out here and it just was so beautiful. And a lot of my experience was kind of influenced by the pandemic. So it's hard to really discern what was the pandemic and what's been my Salt Lake City experience so far, because I lived in Ogden for a good bit of time. But Salt Lake City for me is just been so inspiring with how magnificent the mountains are, all of the adventures that you can do, and that the music is pretty good in this area. So I feel like it's kind of that perfect balance for me.
Yeah. I feel like the music scene in Utah is getting pretty big.
It's blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Not
agree.
that I'm out there in the world like I used to be. When I was younger, I was telling Coco, I don't know, we were having a conversation. There was like, I don't know if they're still there, but when I was younger, there was like this, they look like storage units, but it was every storage unit had a band that would practice. So they would all band practice in these storage units. And you could just like hop to each storage unit garage and listen to the bands practice. So we would just hang out there every Friday and Saturday night because it was like live music. And I saw you're going to be playing at Kilby Court, which is one of my favorite places to have like an intimate setting of music.
That's amazing. Yeah. I ended up playing there, I think earlier this year. It's either earlier this year or last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, but that is such an intimate setting. Yeah,
it is, right?
Super cool. Yeah.
I've seen a few people there, and it's really neat because after they come and mingle with you, because the event is so small and so intimate, and I mean, not small. You could fit a lot of people in that venue.
That's true.
Yeah, it's really neat. I'm really excited for you and what your future holds. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us? Like, do you want to like promote yourself? Do you want to share your website? How can people listen to your music?
Yeah. Would love that. Yeah, I think there's information that's going to be spread visually, but I have Spotify. So if you want to look me up, it's Yudi, Y-U-D-I. I also have an Instagram, Yudi Official Music. If you want to follow me, I need to do a way better job of actually staying connected to social media. That is something I'm improving on. And if you want to take a look at my website, that is also should be linked. But yeah, feel free to follow me if you have any suggestions, any comments. I really would love to connect with any of you and just have a conversation. If you want to just have interesting dialogue, just hit me up. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be about music. So yeah,
I love that.
I'll be inspired.
Well, I hope your messenger like blows up because you're inspirational and you're so young and vibrant and have like you're in your power and you have all this energy and it's contagious and the world needs more of that. Right? We have this big cloud hanging over us a lot of times lately, and having someone like you with your amount of energy and positivity and standing in your center, like that is needed in the world. And I just know that you're going to be a big influence to everyone that you come in contact with. And the fact that you're going to connect with them through your music because it's a desire that you choose. It will happen and it will affect all of us on a big level. So thank you for showing up the way that you do. It's so beautiful and so amazing. And I have a request. Can I put you on the spot?
Sure.
Do you want to play a little something on our way out? We have about 2 minutes till our break and top of the hour when we bring in our other guests. I'd love to end with some of your beautiful energy.
I would love that. I actually have a song that's about 2 minutes long, so
perfect.
You can play that one.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Yudi. It's been amazing having you here with us tonight.
Thank you so much. This one's called Yo-Yo. Your life
like what is always toss and turn. The universe says I'm out to learn. And I need it like my gray bird. Yo, yo, where are you? You said you'd be back before 2. I guess I shouldn't be assuming. You know what that means for you and me. Yo, yo, how are you? Way up in the infinite blue. I think that you'd be proud of me. I've been okay without company. Yo, like I've climbed up the mountain now. Peace is with me, I'm embracing down. And I'll stay calm when things go south. Yo, yo, who are you? I don't recognize your colored shoe. Your voice has become very scratchy. What happened to your love of coffee? Yo, yo, who are you? You and I, we don't know what to do. Used to be like peas in a pod. Looks like that's what life does to our song. It's time to go our ways, yo, yo. Why did you come if you were going to go? It's time to go our ways, yo, yo. Why did you come if you were going to go?
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Scrolling all day, time can disappear. Wanna make it count? Why not volunteer?
Posting pics of your food, that takes up time.
Time, you've got time to binge all of season 9, though it got so bad.
Time, you got time. We're gonna grow back and be the same browse you had.
Just a few hours to keep families from harm. Help us end home fires, but sound the alarm.
Volunteer for a day to install free smoke alarms in your community.
Discover the Observation Deck, a one-of-a-kind virtual event platform that takes video conferencing to the next level by using avatars to navigate a campus. There's so many areas and activities to choose from. There's a 1,000-seat auditorium, an expo hall, a nightclub, and even a beach. So come attend a conference, take a class, or hear a lecture on the incredible Observation Deck campus. Go to theobservationdk.com.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected, only at kgradb.com.
everyone. Welcome back. As you noticed, the first hour was completely commercial free, and also this hour will be completely commercial free. So, another guest tonight. Yudi was amazing, right? I hope you all go and support her and follow her and listen to her music. That last song, so good. Guys, she's amazing. And our second hour guest is just as amazing. And I just have to share, I always shout out to my producer, Chanel. She is my next guest. She goes by Coco in the music scene. So let's introduce her. Coco.
Hi.
I'm so happy that you're here. And a big shout out to Bill, who is handling the station right now. So you grew up with a passion for singing, writing, dancing, acting. You're no stranger to the stage, and you are all over 25th Street here in Ogden and playing at the bars and mic nights and just totally immersing yourself in the local music scene. And everything you do is revolved around music and entertainment of somehow. And you did share with us that without music, I would not be where I am today. And I'm excited to see where it takes me. I'm excited to see where it takes you too.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show.
I'm so excited to have you on this end of it.
I know, right? It's a little weird. Usually I'm on the other side of the glass, not
right
in front of the camera. So
it's true. It's true. Yeah. And here you are. It's so good. So Yudi's amazing. I guess you get to work with her.
I do. In fact, she had briefly mentioned kamikazes in the first hour. And Yudi and I are actually friends outside of just KGRA show and the WMC. I actually told her about the WMC before it was really a thing. I had mentioned that to her that I had just gotten this really cool job, and that, her being such an amazing musician, that she should come through and check it out. And I'm glad she did. Her and I go back to Kamikaze's open mics where we met, and she's got an amazing voice. It's been really cool to see her just really blossom as a solo artist, moving to Ogden and not really knowing anybody, and then getting all these really cool shows, and now her and I are going to possibly be touring around the country together, which is pretty awesome. So
yeah, pretty awesome is right. I'm really excited for you guys in your future, and I can't wait to get to know you more. I mean, I know you on this level here, you as my producer, and I have heard you sing. I have seen you perform through social. But I have to say, your voice is delicious. I'm so excited you'll be singing for us tonight as well.
Thank you.
But before we even get to that part, let's get to know you better. Let's get to know all about you.
All right.
So you've been doing music your whole entire life?
For the most part, yeah. With growing up with dance and acting, I did like musical stuff. I remember one of the first roles I got casted for was Little Cosette in Les Mis. And so I sang that song that they sing. But I mean, I grew up with a love for music, and with being on a stage pretty young, I wasn't shy. I was always singing around the house. And I loved to write songs as well when I was a little kid about just different random things. In fact, one of my friends that I've had since I was a baby, her and I, when we would hang out, would even write songs together. And I remember we wrote this one song as a way to ask our moms if we could make cookies, because we figured that they would say no. We're like, well, maybe if we write a song about it, then they'll let us make cookies. And I didn't really start taking off with music until my late teenage years. I got really shy around middle school because I'm going through puberty. You hear it more with guys, but I mean, I went through the whole voice cracking thing, and, developing a wider vocal range. My voice would crack a lot, and my friends would make fun of me for it. So I became really shy and just a bedroom singer. I had my little ukulele, and I had a piano that I would write songs on. And I have a bird that I've had since I was 10 or 11 years old, and I would sing to her all the time. But 25th Street's really kind of where I stepped outside of my comfort zone. Just having friends that would play on the street at night, and like that was always fun. And they're like, "Oh, come on, like you should play." And it was just a matter really of bringing my guitar to the skate park one day, and none of my friends really knew that I had this passion for music, and started playing on the street. And I think that that's how a lot of people kind of got to know me. Even to now, like I'll meet people and they're like, "Hey, you're that kid that plays out on 25th Street, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." Which is crazy because I typically sing with my eyes closed, so I don't really see
I
a bunch
noticed
of
that
people.
about you.
Yeah, I've been trying to open up my eyes a little bit more, but I mean, open mics as well. Once I was old enough to get into the bar, it was a matter of just going to different open mics, meeting other musicians, and I really wanted to form a band at that time, which, oddly enough, like October was a really beneficial month for me where I landed this awesome job, and I get to work in this really cool environment every day, surrounded by music, play music on my lunch break. And that same month, I was fortunate enough to get a band, and now I'm doing this music coalition. So it's definitely not where I thought music would ever take me. Being a little kid just writing willy-nilly songs, but I'm grateful for it.
So it wasn't what you saw in your forecast. You weren't like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a musician.
I think part of me did. I did want to be a fashion designer.
Oh, really?
I still do love fashion. In fact, I stepped out of my comfort zone today. I popped on some color. I typically dress more like grungy goth, darker shade of thing. But back to the music. I was obsessed with Freaky Friday, like with Lindsay Lohan, and how she played guitar. And I also loved the Pussycat Dolls. And I was like, I want to be like that girl playing guitar and singing and in a rock band. And I remember gathered like two of my other friends on the block. And we sat in my driveway one day and we gathered like these plastic instruments, like one of those toy pianos and like toy drums. And we were like, and I had a mic, of course, a little karaoke mic. And we like, I'm sure it sounded like garbage, but yeah, we pretended like we were in a rock band. So I think little kid me kind of knew, but like, it's music is for me, I love it. And I just never thought that, I don't know, I would make it per se. But, and I mean, who knows what'll happen, but I'm glad that I've made it my reality, if anything.
Yeah. Well, it's a big wide world out there, and musicians and hopeful musicians want to have a bite of that world, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of people with some crazy, amazing talent. And so to get your foot in the door in that environment, it's a big deal. It's
Absolutely.
a big deal. I love that you've done that. You've put yourself out there to have that opportunity to be able to do something that you're passionate about. What do you feel makes you a great musician? What sets you apart from other musicians and so, like, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm like, I have all these questions downloading
right.
into
That's
my
okay.
mind as I ask you this one.
For me, I'd like to say that I'm honest, where as far as it's just, for me, one of my favorite quotes I like to live by is, and I read it on Tumblr, like probably in 2014. I don't remember who it's by, but it was, she didn't look beautiful. She looked like art. And art isn't supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to make you feel something. Yeah. And I feel like that really correlates with music. It being a form of art, it's, you can write a pretty song, and sing it nice, but unless it really conveys that emotion and that message, then I don't really feel like you did anything. And it's unfortunate, but when after different live shows that I play, I'll have people come up to me or my bandmates will come up to me and be like, oh, this person was saying that like this song made them cry or it really touched them. And it's like, I mean, I don't want to make people cry, but like good, like, because it means that like they felt that, they understood that. And for me, like that's the whole reason why I create music, is because it's my release. It's my way of being like, it's another language. It's a universal language, even without the lyrics. You play certain chords and it'll invoke certain emotions in those people. And sometimes that's the only way that I know how to express myself in a safe space.
Yeah. And do you feel that it is safe?
Absolutely. Given I'm really shy, I haven't posted much of my music out online, but I do enjoy playing on the stage and playing with other musicians, even just, hanging out with my guitarist all day and him and I just dabbling on guitar. And, it's just, for me, it's like this big hug from like the universe or the vibrations that we create. And like, I could be having the worst day. And as soon as I, either put on that song or I play that song, it's like I feel like 10 times better afterwards.
Yeah.
It really does a lot.
It's so therapeutic.
Absolutely.
I mean, as a listener, I feel like it's therapeutic. I can't even imagine what that process feels like for you in your journey.
Absolutely.
What is your favorite thing about playing music outside of having that healing experience? Like, what does it do for you?
I love to learn. I'm constantly always doing something. I have to stay busy. And so challenging myself to like learn new songs or write new songs. The writing process is probably my favorite with music, is because it's, it's something fresh. It's my own, and I enjoy it. I'm constantly having ideas swirl in my head, and being able to put that to a melody and with lyrics is a really cool experience for me. I like the creation process of it and being able to share that with other people.
The first time I heard you was just by happenstance. We were at an event and you showed up and just started singing. I was like, wait, what? She sings? And it was incredible too. It wasn't, people get up and everyone has their own unique way, but your way touched me and I was totally hooked. Your voice like drew me in. And it wasn't just your voice. It was when you sing and someone's intently watching you, you can tell you are in it. You are feeling that music.
Absolutely.
That draws me in when people do that. When a performer is up singing and they're not just singing it for the 150th time with like no emotion, but like each and every time they're like, as if they had just written that song or just performed that song for the first time. That's you. That's what I got from you.
Thank you. Yeah, emotion's definitely what drives me to create a lot of the songs that I have written. And just being able to like convey that to other people, is so powerful. Like
It is powerful. You're in a position where you can invoke so many emotions in another human being. You can take them on a journey through a story, through an experience. And that's a lot of power and control, if you ask me. It's a beautiful place to be. What's your creative process? How do you decide what you're going to write? Is it through an experience that you had, or if you're just feeling creative, do you just start fiddling around? Like, what's it like for you?
It's different with every song. Sometimes I'll hear things in my head, like a melody, that I then will put on guitar or to an instrument, or it'll be lyrics. Like I'll hear a lot of my songs. I have that have been a cappella for like 5 years that I'm still trying to write. And some of the songs, you know, they're written in a matter of 20 minutes. And
wow.
It's, as far as the inspiration for where that comes from, for me, it's just conveying that emotion, whether it's something that I'm going through. A lot of the times I just want to express that, how it made me feel, how I got through it, or maybe it's like a story I'm trying to tell as far as something like a lesson I learned in life, or inspiration to others of getting through a difficult time, you know, being, and sometimes I'll write songs that I really don't have any connection to, as far as like I'll write stories that aren't really mine. Maybe they're for somebody else. And sometimes those stories come true. Like there was a song I wrote when I was 14, being heartbroken, and I wasn't heartbroken at 14, but I mean, I was talking about like just specific things in the song that like I never would have thought would have come to happen like all those years later. It's kind of interesting looking back at some of the things. But part of that could be manifestation, but I think a big part of that is, you know, sometimes I just put things down that maybe I don't necessarily relate to, but it's for somebody else, you know, to enjoy. And
right. Is that your ultimate goal in writing music? Is for someone else to have an experience, or do you write it for the pure enjoyment of writing it for your own experiences and hoping someone connects to it?
Yeah, I think it's both. A lot of my songs are sad. And
that's what I like about it. I love sad music though. I do.
Thanks. I do too. And I think it's something that I kind of want to highlight more, as far as those strong emotions and those feelings, just to let people know like they're not alone. And you know, we're not the only people that I'm not the only one, or they're not the only one that has those thoughts or feelings. And this is a way to like express it in a safe space and get through whatever we're getting through, you know, going through, you know, and just come together as a community. That's the beautiful thing about music, is it brings people together. And for me, music was like, it's always been my crutch as far as getting through life. Growing up, I moved around a lot, and I had a pretty traumatic upbringing, but music was always the one thing that was there. I may not have always had friends at the time or family, but I always had my headphones, or I always had my ukulele or guitar. And those stories and those messages that I listened to from those artists really got me through a lot. And I feel like without that, I wouldn't have made it this far. And, you know, it's just, I feel like that goes for a lot of people. You know, we have those songs that really just get us through those hard days or those rough years. And it really does a lot.
I think that's why music was given to us. Right?
Absolutely.
It's for celebration. It's for healing. It's for so many reasons. Music is the one thing that connects us, that helps us go through A, B, and C. Like it's just that, like we said, that universal language that everyone is affected by on one level or another.
Absolutely.
Would you feel comfortable sharing, because you have had such a challenging upbringing, would you feel comfortable sharing an experience with us where music shifted that reality and that energy around that experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I've struggled with a decent amount of mental illness in response to some of the things I went through growing up. So I've spent a fair share of time in hospitals, and also growing up pretty ill. I was on a feeding tube and a bunch of other medications, including an experimental form of chemotherapy when I was in high school for an autoimmune disease. And for me, that was a really dark time. And not feeling like I could really fit in with a lot of kids that I went to school with, because as much as I wanted to do sports, I wasn't healthy enough. And so I spent a lot of time listening to music, and being as sick as I was, I spent a lot of time in my bedroom and just wanting to, like, do something. And for me, that was music. And so I definitely poured a lot of what I was feeling into that music. But also, like, I met other kids who were kind of going through the same thing, where it was like I would share some of my songs that I had written about sensitive topics or what I was going through, or just even hope, and that, like, seeing that impact others and help them, like, really, like, helped me. And that I want to say, like, I mean, I didn't really take it serious or think that I would make it my reality until I really decided I wanted to make it my reality. The end of the summer last year, I had been going through a few different jobs, I'm only 22, so I'm, trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I had really come to a breaking point where I was just like, I don't want to continue down this path of, wasting time or living a life that I don't want to live. And instead of moping around about it any longer, I decided that I was going to do something about it. And that something about it was going to be music. And I didn't care at that point, what it was going to take. If I was going to be homeless on the road with a guitar, then then so be it. At least I would be happy, because I had come to the conclusion that for me, like, my purpose that I needed to be doing was music. And as long as I had music in my life, I was going to be okay, and I'd figure everything else out. And goes back to what I was saying earlier. Funny enough, maybe a month or two later, everything just fell into place. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. And I know that it's only the beginning. And I don't really want to look back anymore as far as, like, all the things that I've went through to get me here. But I want to look forward and really, just look like I'm excited for what's ahead. And for me, that's pretty big, because I wasn't always the type of person who was able to say that. And I want to inspire other people to do the same.
Oh, that feels really good. First, thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing those experiences with us. I know they're not easy, but I really believe when you share the more challenging experiences, it opens a door to possibilities to connect with someone else and also help them if they're experiencing something similar.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And there was something else I was going to say, but I'm just all in my feels over what you shared. You can't see right now because you're not on the other end, but there's a lot of activity in the chat room, and sharing their gratitude for you as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're also going to play a song for us tonight.
Yes.
That you wrote.
I did.
And the music and the lyrics. Little Miss Singer Songwriter number 2. We have 2. Gosh, you guys are just, I'm honored tonight to have you both here.
Well,
so why don't you tell us a little bit about your song and what inspired you to write it?
So I was dog sitting for a friend, and I don't really get much alone time. So it was really nice to just, like, house sit, dog sit. And I was just washing dishes, and all of a sudden I heard this melody in my head, and I was like, I gotta stop what I'm doing so I can write this song.
That's divine inspiration.
It was great. And it was kind of weird, because when I had heard it in my head, it wasn't me singing it. But I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna just pass up at this opportunity. I gotta put this down. And so I stopped what I was doing, and I pulled out my guitar. And at the time, it was summertime, and I had been out of a relationship for maybe 2 years at that point, and I had gone through a really big heartbreak 2 years prior. But the song I wrote is called Single. And there's just too many love songs.
There are a lot of love songs.
And that was like my biggest annoyance listening to the radio as an early teenager. I was just like, I don't want to listen to love songs. I'm 13 painting my nails. Like, I'm not worried about love right now in my life. And so I wrote this song about how great it is to be single, especially because I had a lot of friends who were in relationships and they're complaining about it, or yada yada yada. It's like, even now I'll throw it in my friend's face sometimes when they're complaining about their relationships. I'll just be like, life's better when you're single, man. So
is that true? Do you really believe that?
I think so, but I also think that there's like beauty in finding someone to share it with.
Yeah.
But for me right now in my 20s, I think that being single and focusing on the things I love and, building a good career, making good friends, that's all I need to really be focused on.
Yeah.
So.
I love that. That is your focus. Because it's such a good time to find yourself. Absolutely. You're at this age where everything influences you and you have every direction you can choose to go. And
absolutely,
you don't have anything like tying you down per se. You can just fly free. Yeah. So, okay, everyone.
All right.
Here is Coco's song that she wrote and will be performing for us. It's called Single. While she gets ready.
Sorry, guys. This is
she's good.
A little cramped in here.
All right. Sit back and enjoy.
Life is better when you're single. I can't do it on my own, 'cause I don't need no toxic people. I would rather be all alone. And if I ever have a problem, I can look that shit up on my phone. The only thing that needs an album is my music and my camera roll. And I don't think they are listening to me when they say that there's plenty other fish in the sea. I don't want a wife or girlfriend, oh baby. What I want is my freedom, my sweet company. Life is better when you're single. I can do it on my own, 'cause I don't need no toxic people. I would rather be all alone. Tell me, how do you like marriage? Is it everything you hope to be? Does she let you pour whiskey on your coffee? Do you regret getting down on one knee? And I hope the two of you are happy, though you'll never be quite happy as me. Every day when I wake up, I know that I am free, and there's no better sense of relief. Life is better when you're single. I can do it on my own, 'cause I don't need no toxic people. I would rather be all alone. And this night's with the homies. And brunch by myself. Thinking why didn't I do this sooner? 5-star review or Yelp. Life is better when you're single. I can do it on my own. 'Cause I don't need no taxi people. I would rather be all alone. Thanks, guys.
That was so amazing. Yes. Now that is an empowerment song also. You and Yudi have it figured out.
Thank you.
Like, seriously, Coco, so good. First of all, your voice is incredible.
Thank you.
And you do it with such ease and grace. Like, it comes naturally to you.
Sorry.
So, bless you.
Oh, man.
See, that's why I say the mute switches are awesome to have.
Wonderful.
That was so great.
Thank you so much.
I remember being single and feeling that because there was like this pressure. Everyone's like, well, why aren't you in a relationship? And aren't you lonely? And blah, blah, blah. And you're like, shh, you know how much freedom I have?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that. And I feel like that's a song that someone would play on repeat.
That's a huge compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's so good.
It's definitely the song that probably got me a lot of the gigs that I've gotten, which is really cool that I get to share that with people.
Yeah, they're connecting to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people can, even if they're in relationships now, they know what that feels like.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, one's good. It's just like wherever you're at in life, they're all good, right? They'll teach you something. I do feel like that song in particular, though, is one that so many can relate to and feel good about. And there's not this stigma like, why are you single? It's like, I'm single.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, I'm the free one here. Like, I get to do and be whatever I choose. Yeah, so I like that. Is that your favorite song you've ever written so far?
Probably not, honestly. It's definitely my most well-known, and it is still a great song. It's gotten to me where I am now, which is recording with the WMC, and as Yudi had mentioned earlier, we're hoping to tour around the United States with it. It's going to be released here soon. I'm not sure all the quite details just yet, but
yeah,
I will be sharing it on my social media platforms. As soon as I get more information on it. But I am really excited to,
they're in motion.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the thing is you have manifested the life that you want, and all of these experiences are coming onto your path because it's something that you deeply desire and that you're genuinely passionate about. And it's our God-given right to have these talents and share them with the world. So when you're doing that and living in your truth and living your passion, people, places, and things are going to line up for you to make that happen.
Absolutely.
It's magic.
It really is. And, I want to inspire other people to do the same. I've always told my friends, who we've been through rough times together, and eventually people part ways. And when I really decided to change my life around for the better, just after manifesting this music and deciding to make it my reality, I told my friends the same thing. I was like, if you're not happy with where you're at in life, then do something about it, change it. And it's really that simple, is just deciding okay, this is what I'm going to do. And these are the steps I need to take to do it. And it's really empowering and cool, like what we can do when we really put our minds to something, and our passions and emotions and manifestations.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Someone had made a comment, and I'm not going to go back and look right now, but whoever it was, good point, that you're an old soul. Do you relate to that statement?
Absolutely. And I've definitely heard it a couple times. It's funny too, because I love 30s jazz and
I
stuff
did
like
not know
that.
that
Yeah.
about
Oh,
you.
I get, my friends kind of make fun of me for it sometimes, so I don't talk about it too much. I have a love for classical music. Growing up as a dancer, and my mom being a pianist. But then I love that old jazzy, bluesy stuff.
So good.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're into like palm reading much. It's something that I've looked into a little bit, but I mean, I'm no expert or anything, but I always like to look at people's poems. And I've always noticed ever since I was a little kid that I have all these wrinkly lines on my hands. And so it always made sense when people told me that I was an old soul, because I always felt like I had old lady hands.
That was why you resonate with it?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and you've just gone through so much as a young adult. Like your past has, fortunately and unfortunately, forced you to grow up pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
But also, I feel like when you're born, like you're born a new soul or an old soul. That's just part of your essence anyway. And you were able to endure and go through those experiences because you are an old soul. You've gone through a lot of things already to this point.
Yeah, that is very true. And I'm so grateful that, things in life are definitely starting to take for a turn, and I'm able to do music and be here. And
what's the biggest thing that, not to cut you off, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought
totally
you were
fine.
done.
You're good.
What's the biggest thing when it comes to music that heals you? What aspect of the music heals you? Is it the instrumental part? Is it writing the lyrics? Is it listening to another artist? Like, what is that like for you?
I really think it's all of it. Definitely, like, listening to music is a big help for me. It's like my therapy. It's my main source of entertainment. I don't watch TV. I usually just listen to music or podcasts, which kind of works out that I was able to come work here. But it's, being able to hear other people's stories and feel what other people feel, or interpret, other people's pieces of art. And then being able to, write down how I'm feeling and in a form of art. I love poetry. And I've always loved literature and writing growing up. In fact, I found an old notebook the other day at my grandparents', and I had to have been in like first grade, and it was short stories that I had written, like scary stories. I was always obsessed with horror.
Of course. I was going to say, you love the horror.
I sure do. I got a scary story shirt on underneath this, but it was, with music too, just being able to share how I feel has been really therapeutic, and I really enjoy that. And being able to share that with other people is really beautiful. I'm not sure if that answered your question.
It's perfect. It's the way that it was meant to be answered. So thank you. I'm going to ask you some of the same questions I asked Yudi, and
all good.
Trying to remember what they are, because I'm so curious as a musician, like who your influences are. So I know I asked her that. I'm curious about you. Who are your influences, and why?
Man, I listen to a lot of music. My taste of music is all over the place. In fact, Bill, our producer here at KGRA, had commented when he had first heard some of my music. He was like, I took you for like metal.
Yeah,
like I thought you were gonna be like, I thought you were gonna be a metal like artists, and as much as I love heavy metal, I am not that skilled yet.
I saw one of your stories on Instagram. You were at a death metal concert, and I was like, yes,
so
that
is a great way to get out what you're feeling.
Mhm.
I really, I mean, this is a little cliche. I loved Eminem as a teenager. I loved a lot of rap artists, just because of like the way that their songs are written. You know, rhythm and poetry is what rap is, and so I loved hearing like the stories, and also just like the linguistics of how words flow together. So I do take a lot of inspiration from a lot of hip hop and rap, just in the way that they formulate their music as far as lyrics go. I'm a big Radiohead fan. I love that they, they were what they've done with the electronic sound in the late 90s and early 2000s. As far as like idols and like people I've really drawn inspiration from, love Amy Lee. I'm seeing Evanescence in September. I'm super excited.
So cool.
I've always loved her vocals growing up. Also really inspired by Lady Gaga. I watched one of her documentaries a few years ago, and that really inspired me to just get going with my life. And like the way that she's responded to different things in her life has been really like, it's cool that she just who she is, just very unique. But I do listen to a lot of grunge, and I guess what my generation classifies as dad rock.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yikes.
sadly, but I like dad rock, so it's fine.
Yeah, I guess I do too.
And jazz. Love a lot of jazz music and blues, like Buddy Guy and Ella Fitzgerald, Janis Joplin.
Love Janis, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So good. Wow. So that you really are all over the spectrum.
All over the place. Oh, I also love Beethoven. I love that like melancholy sound.
So good. I love Beethoven also. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
That's kind of music that will draw like the emotion out for sure.
Absolutely. And that's what's beautiful about it is like you don't have to have words to do that. Just like a note, a vibration can invoke that feeling, that same feeling in somebody else. It's like that universal language, which is so awesome.
So awesome. Yeah, I was really excited to have a show about music because it is one of my favorite topics, obviously. And we don't talk about music a whole lot here. I mean, we've had guests who do play music and have performed for us, or we've played their music on. In fact, we have Scott Lawler in chat right now, who's a past guest. He jumped on because he loves music and had to be here.
Well, hi, Scott.
Yeah. So good. I love when past guests hop on and support.
That
and
is
it's a
super
topic
cool.
that they love. Yeah. He's been on a couple of times. So performing. What do you do to get through performance anxiety?
I honestly don't have anxiety performing. In fact,
don't?
I'm more nervous right now than I am when I'm on stage.
Really? So you're just a natural?
I don't know. There's just something about being on a stage that like is euphoric in a way. Disclaimer, I don't do drugs. But like it's just, I don't know. There's just, I don't really move around on stage. I sing with my eyes closed a lot, as we described earlier, but it's really because like I kind of just go somewhere else.
What does that look like for you?
It's
like, where do you
just
go?
Like feeling that music. It's just like carrying that, like, I don't know. I don't know where I go. That's a good question, but it's peaceful. It's like, on a day-to-day, like I battle with really bad anxiety and depression and a bunch of other stuff. I think a lot of people, do nowadays, but the great thing about getting on stage or playing live music is that in that moment, nothing else matters. Like everything just goes away, and it's peaceful, and it's fun too. Like I get to share the stage with 3 bandmates. We have a band called Pigeon. That's pretty new around Ogden, and it's cool to like share that space even with random artists at open mic on stage. They just randomly hop up. We all play together, and I don't really think too much about like people watching me, all those eyes on me or anything like that. I kind of just am having fun
in your
and
element.
I'm just in the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely more like studio shy than I am stage shy.
Well, you're not acting shy.
Well, good. I'm glad.
I always have found you to be very personable and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Open, like easy to talk to and comfortable to talk to. And I appreciate that about you because that's a connection characteristic. And not everyone has that ability to just be authentic and genuine, like right from the get-go.
Absolutely. I think that's, what's so beautiful about being an artist and a musician is you get to be open in such a public space. Being on stage, all I get to say, talk about things that, you don't really get to talk about unless you're like writing them in your journal a lot of the times. But I get to like share that with so many different people, and you never know who that's going to resonate with or who needed to hear that day.
Yeah.
And it's about being honest. And it's, that's what's beautiful about it is the honesty.
Yes. And I feel like that's where the deepest connections occur, when people can feel that rawness in you, where they can feel that energy coming from you. That is something that they can relate with. Yeah. I get so giddy when I talk to you about music because I can feel your energy. It's so good. I asked Yudi, and I want to ask you, have you ever received a piece of advice from another musician or human being that has stuck with you in your music career?
Just be yourself. It's the best person you can be. And be true to yourself. Even I struggle with that sometimes, just be true to yourself and don't shy away, which is also what I struggle with, like you got to get out there.
What do you mean shy away? What are you doing that makes you shy away?
I don't know. I guess I'm just shy as far as like I've been a bedroom singer for so long that it's like coming on here and talking about myself isn't usually something I do. But I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful to be putting my music out there finally. I love playing live, but I'm so weird about like recording music and putting it out there. But it's, it's all about that. It's putting yourself out there. And I feel like that's not only just applicable for me with my music, but that's applicable for a lot of things in life, is you never know unless you try.
It's true. It's true. What's the difference between creating your music and putting it out there versus doing your music and performing live?
For me, performing live, like I love live shows. I love being able to like see people's reactions and just have a good time. It's just like hanging out, having a party. I love being in the music scene. The music scene here in Ogden is amazing. It's definitely become my home and family because, what's cool is everyone here just goes to everyone's shows.
Yeah, they're so supportive.
Even if it's like different genres, which is really cool. Sometimes I'll be at friends' shows, just seeing them play. And they'll invite me up to play during their breaks, which is like super cool. Shout out to the Heavy Bucket Band. And I don't know. I guess recording, it's just, for me, it's new territory. Whereas like being on stage, like for me, is just become second nature at this point. But like recording I feel like it's a lot more stressful. With live performances, you can get away with a little more hiccups here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's recorded, it's set in stone, and like it's a little more tedious. But it's another learning process for me. And as I mentioned earlier, I love learning, so it's something that I'm learning to embrace and look forward to, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So we have a question in the chat room, and I love it because you also have performed. You've also been in theater. And the question is, have you ever considered doing a themed album or musical?
Ooh, I think that it would be really cool. Don't diss me for this, but I love My Chemical Romance. I am an emo at heart, okay? And I can't remember what the word is called when people do like that themed album, whatever it is. They did that, and I remember seeing that, and I thought that was really cool, especially growing up, being kind of a sickly teenager and battling with mental health. Like, I was able to resonate with a lot of like the story that they had to all of their songs and their albums. Also, Melanie Martinez, another big inspiration. I'm an antique collector, and she uses a lot of like music box sounds or like different old toy sounds in her music, which is what gets me excited about the recording process, is because it's like, cool, this is how it sounds live. Now, how can I further that? Like, what else can I add to it? Yeah. There's just so many endless possibilities, which is what's awesome. But she's another big inspiration, and it's cool to see her like videos that she's put out. She did like a K through 12, where like she did a whole album that was like had a whole story that she made a movie, like a little short movie about. So it would definitely be cool to do something like that, for sure. Definitely something I would like to think about. I think that with the theater background, what I really took from theater and transpired into music was improv. Just making up random songs on the spot with friends, which is cool when songs are written that way. But also, just if something goes wrong on stage, you got to be ready for it, and you got to know what to do to like carry on. The show must go on.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes.
Absolutely.
That's so good. So I'm curious, can I put you on the spot as well and have you play another song for us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because we want more.
Sure thing.
Maybe your favorite song that you've ever written yourself.
Yeah. Oh man.
Do you have? I mean, I assume you have a favorite, right?
I do. A lot of them, or I've written with my band,
or whatever you're inspired to play.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Awesome.
About how much time are we?
Yeah. You go ahead. We have about 3 minutes for you to play. Yeah.
Right.
And then we'll share with everyone how to get in touch with you and rap.
Sweet. I should have brought my capo in here.
And I have no idea what that is.
That's all right. I'm going to play us another song I wrote about just a rainy day.
And what is it called?
It's called Raindrops, actually.
Awesome.
It's about our emotions.
Oh, good. It's a perfect show for that.
The biggest lie I've ever told you, saying that I'm okay. Really, I've been crying for nearly the whole day. Don't ask me how I'm feeling. Inside I am screaming, but I'll tell you that I'm healing. No one listens anyway. Raindrops falling from my face again. Grab your bootstraps before the next storm begins. I hope the rainbow bring me better friends. Till raindrops fall from my face again. good at saying sorry, but not that I forgive you. It's not your fault I cannot open up. I just have trust issues, and no one likes a party pooper. And my problems, they are super. I'll carry on like a good trooper. Try not to have an emotional blooper. Raindrops falling from my face again. Grab your bootstraps before the next storm begins. I hope the rainbow will bring me better friends. Till raindrops fall from my face again. Tell me that one day the rain will go away. The sun will start shining and I will be smiling. Tomorrow will be a better day. Raindrops falling from my face again. Grab your bootstraps before the next storm begins. I hope the rainbow bring me better friends. Till raindrops fall from my face again.
And the cute little smile to boot. Wow, Chanel, so good.
Thank you.
So good. Habit to call you Chanel. Coco,
Coco.
to everyone
Most people
else.
know me as Coco, but
Okay,
KGRA knows me as Chanel.
We're going to work on that.
It's okay.
So amazing. How can everyone listen to your music and follow you and see what the future holds?
Absolutely. So currently I just recorded single, still waiting for a release date. I will be posting all the information about it on my social media. Currently I'm only on Instagram, which you can find me at Coco Chanel O.O. It's the clown. I do SFX makeup. And then you can also find my band. It's Pigeon Official Band, I believe, on Instagram. And then we also have a Gmail if you want to email us, but you can find our music on YouTube. Just look up Pigeon Official. We have a song that we wrote that's on there. Currently, that's the only music I have out is the song on YouTube, but I do perform live a lot, and all of the information will be on my Instagram.
Perfect. The best is yet to come for you and Yudi. I'm so grateful for the two of you showing up and sharing your gifts with all of us. And not only that, like your energy and your direction where you're going. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for both of you. And
Thank
it's really
you.
neat to have you on this side of things.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Thank you. And shout out to Bill for holding down the fort while Coco hangs out with us on the flip side. And to all of you, I appreciate your participation and connection with all of us tonight. It's been so much fun, and I know you agree. I hope to see you all next week. Until then, be good to yourself and be good to each other. Good night.